everyone, Cory from CJ's here. Today we're going to be installing a rough country spare tire relocation and tailgate reinforcement bracket setup on our 21 Ford Bronco. We're going to be working on our Ford Bronco that we recently lifted and put new wheels and 37-inch tires on it. Now with doing these new wheels and tires, we're unable to fit a spare tire bigger than a 35-inch. So what we have here today is our rough country tailgate reinforcement plate, which is going to relieve the stress of adding a bigger tire onto the spare. And then we also have our rough country spare tire relocation plate, which is going to be able to raise the third brake light so we can also fit a 37. First step to the install is taking off the spare wheel. So now we're going to go ahead and remove this access panel from the inside of the tailgate. All right, after your access panel is removed, you'll have two connectors in here that you remove, one going to the rear brake lights and one going to the rear view camera. So a little tab on the top, pull the connectors out. And then you're going to want to push your grommet through and fish these wires out the other side. So next we're going to remove the factory spare tire bracket with these 8 bolts that are holding it on. So for the next step of this installation, we'll actually be removing the hinges to the tailgate itself. Now, before doing so, you're definitely going to want to keep the tailgate in place. So what I did is I actually just cut up the box that the kit came in, made some spacers out of them, keep everything where it should be. Now that we have our spacers in place, the tailgate should be secure once we remove these bolts to the hinges. So let's get to it. Now we're ready to put our tailgate reinforcement bracket on. First thing that we're going to do is install the spacers that comes with the supplied hardware in the kit. And we're installing these spacers to be able to offset with the new bracket to keep it away from scratching the paint off the hinges then. All right, now we're going to install the reinforcement bracket with the supplied hardware with the kit. And I'm not going to tighten these down all the way just to leave some room for adjustment in the end here. So now they're all lined up, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna tighten these down a little bit, but again, not all the way, just because I wanna have some adjustment in the end. Now that we have our tailgate reinforcement plate installed loosely, we're gonna go ahead and install the spare tire relocation. All right, now that we have the spare tire relocation bracket installed, we're gonna go ahead and actually tighten down the reinforcement plate. Now that both brackets are installed, we're gonna go ahead and remove our homemade spacers here, and then just make sure the tailgate actually opens and closes properly. So now before putting your factory spare tire bracket back on, you're actually going to have to relieve some tension out of the harness. So take it out of the groove right there and pop the first clip off, and that'll give you enough. So after moving the wiring harness out of the way, it's time to mount this back up. Now they are supplying some new hardware for this piece here. Now what I did here is just put a bolt in the top and the bottom just to make it a little bit easier to fit in all the rest of the bolts. Now that both brackets are installed, don't forget to fish the wiring harness back through the tailgate to hook everything up. Now we're going to go ahead and connect these back together. And don't forget your access panel. Alright, so now everything is completely installed. It's time to test fit our 37 on there. Now our 37's on there, but don't forget the most important thing, your lug nuts. So there you have it, the brackets are now installed. Our 37 is also installed on the rear of our Bronco. The tailgate still opens and closes nicely. Our third brake light still works. We do have a solution to be able to raise this up a little bit above the 37 so you're able to see it a little bit easier. But that's all we have for today, folks. It's time to drop your gear and disappear. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit cjponyparts.com for all your Bronco part needs.